on the morning of a match, there's going to be a few things that you can expect to happen. The first thing that will happen when you arrive is that you'll receive a safety brief and also a match brief. Following this, you'll then be able to move to the range, to the zero area, to make sure that your rifle is zeroed. Now, some of this you'll be able to do the night before the match if you wish to. For example, on the 1st of March, for our first match up in Scotland, we're actually going to be going to an indoor range on the Friday night where you can zero your rifle, and also we can take care of some of the other admin that will normally happen on the morning of the match. That's not compulsory, but it will help us the following day if you do come along on that Friday night. Okay, so after the briefs and the zeroing session, we'll then ask you to register your rifle with us. So what will the rifle registration process look like? Well, first of all, we'll already understand what division you're intending to shoot in, because you'll have given us that information online when making your reservation for the match. But what we'll then need to do is confirm that your rifle falls into the division that you've requested to shoot in. To do that, we will ask you to make sure that your rifle is fully configured in the way that you intend to shoot the match. With scope, any additional items that aid in shooting, such as electronic levels, dope card holders, whatever else that needs to be on the rifle, muzzle brake, moderator, bipod, anything that you're going to be using on your rifle to shoot that match, you need to come up to the rifle registration already with that in place. Slings you don't have to worry about because they're an aid to match safety, and also you don't need to worry about any electronic video recording devices such as a trigger cam, because again they're not an aid to shooting during the match. So what we'll do is we'll confirm first of all that your rifle falls within the division that you've selected, and also weigh the rifle. Weighing the rifle is important because again some of our divisions do have weight limitations associated with them, such as factory, open light and open heavy, and also because in some of our competitions, such as our rimfire competition, rifle weight will actually be used as a tiebreaker. Once we've confirmed the configuration of your rifle, we've weighed the rifle, we'll then move to put zip ties on your rifle, different coloured zip ties for different divisions. And we'll typically install these on your scope. You might be able to see that there's a blue zip tie on here. When my rifle was checked in at the World Championships in Colorado this summer, I just haven't got round to removing it. We'll put a zip tie around your bipod and around the rifle itself. Now, what does that do? Well, that means that anybody can quickly see, just by a glance, which division your rifle is entered into. And if any equipment on your rifle is swapped out during a match, again, we'll be able to readily identify that. Now, that's not to say that we don't trust anybody to shoot the competition in the spirit it's meant to be shot in, but maybe you have a bipod failure and you put a different bipod on there, forget to let somebody know about that. We'll be able to quickly identify that that's happened, and then we may ask you to weigh your rifle again just to make sure that that hasn't changed anything in terms of the classification that your rifle now falls under. Once we've done that, we're then going to move to check ammunition. A couple of main things we need to do here. First of all, we're going to need to see the ammunition to check that over. We're going to need to take from you the bullet weight, and then we're going to need you to fire 3 rounds over the chronograph. It's important that we gather an average muzzle velocity, because we then need to times that by your bullet weight to get your power factor. And again, in certain divisions, power factor will be used as a tiebreaker. Power factor is also important because there is a minimum power factor for certain divisions, and muzzle velocity is also important because there are maximum muzzle velocities that people are allowed to use when we're at a match, including a maximum of 30 cal for your bullets. Okay, so once that's all done and out of the way, we'll then move to get everybody squadded into their squads along to their first holding areas, ready to shoot their first stage. So you won't get a course of fire at the match. You'll only understand what targets you're engaging when you get up to a holding area, but we will provide you with important information such as where all the holding areas and stages are located, so that you can easily move on to your next holding area, your next stage, ready to shoot. Okay, thanks for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you at our first matches.